revolution in just a single individual will help achieve a change in the destiny of a nation and, further, will enable a change in the destiny of all humankind. Good morning, Freedom Crusaders. This is Christy Hall, and welcome to the Grow Rich Mastermind. Today is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024, and our host, Kristen Craig, will be with us in just a few minutes for Take Action Tuesday. Affectionately known as Minister Christian, his passion is to encourage all people through music and media. He was raised in New Orleans, where he developed his love of singing, songwriting, and his Native American heritage. He has 4 sons and 6 grandchildren and moved to Dallas, where he met his harmonizing wife, Rita Joy, where together they shine love and light into the world with their nonprofit Never Give Up Entertainment. Their most important responsibility is taking care of Mama Jody, who has made 94 trips around the sun. She plays piano every day and lives with them in their happy home of 17 years, lovingly known as the House of High Hopes. Minister Christian believes everything that happens in our universe is in divine order, and all of our dreams can come true as long as we never give up our right to be happy. So please let me know what your name is and where you are calling from.
Happy New Year, Mama Elizabeth.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Good morning. Hey, Donna.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone. Smiley Steve, Battle Creek Christian.
Happy New Year, Mama.
Happy New Year.
Good morning, Lori Sue. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning, Lori Sue.
Good morning, Arnita. Good morning. Good to hear you.
So the rest of my death.
All right, everyone. Are you ready for the amazing Mr. Christian?
Grand and happy rising, family. Happy New Year and New You. I am so thankful to be here, to have the honor to be able to greet everyone on this call, the first call as we start our new year. I think about a tree. A tree has growth rings where every 7 years you can see its growth when you open it up, and you can see it. This call is just growing and growing and growing. It's been here over a decade, well over, and I'm so excited to be a part of this community and to greet you into this new year, this new adventure that we're going into, because we don't quite know what's going to happen. We have an idea. We have a major definite purpose. However, the joys of being human are the complexities and the adversities and the different textures and the smells and the taste and the dramas and the happiness, like a movie. We're the directors of our adventure, our movie, the best movie ever. Hollywood can never make a better movie than what we go through in our own personal lives to be here on this planet at this time. We share and meet each day. Our vision is freedom through principle-centered leadership. We meet here daily for those who are new on the line, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, to study a mastermind on the laws of success. If you can't make the live call, we always have a replay, and we appreciate everyone who takes the time to listen on the replay. On Mondays, we have Mike Hobbs. Tuesday, myself. Wednesday, Amy Starr Allen. Thursday, Jesse Jenkins. And our Friday, the host is our founder, Paul Hutchings. We have a great lineup of hosts every day. We have someone different who is able to share their experiences with us. And we get to share it with you. I learn more than anything, and I'm getting a deeper learning from being able to host. This is just an awesome opportunity. Our vision again is freedom through principle-centered leadership. We share values such as reading daily, listening to audios. We believe in people. We want the best out of people. We believe in entrepreneurship. We believe in home business. And of course, the success principles outlined by Dr. Napoleon Hill, which we'll read from Think and Grow Rich a little bit later. And the best way I know how to start off the call, besides just my love and heart, is also a song, which better than words spoken is words sung. So I'm going to start off today with one of my favorites. Actually, Rita Joy and I, one of our best friends, wrote this song. So here we go. I told you before I was going to start this year doing this every day. Rita Joy, my lovely wife, are you ready to say the measure definite purpose?
Okay, so hey family, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My major definite purpose. By the first day of blank in 2024, I will have in my possession, which will come to me in various amounts from time to time during the interim. In return for this money, I will give the most efficient service of which I am capable, rendering the fullest possible quantity and best possible quality of service in the capacity of. I believe that I will have this money in my possession. My faith is so strong that I can now see this money before my eyes. I can touch it with my hands. It is now awaiting transfer to me at the time and in the proportion that I deliver the service I intend to render for it. I am awaiting a plan by which to accumulate this money, and I am following that plan as it is received. Self-confidence formula. First, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action toward its attainment, and I here and now promise to render such action. Second, I realize the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. Third, I know through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. Fourth, I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life, and I will never stop trying until I shall have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. Fifth, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity, because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence my thoughts and actions so that I will become a self-reliant and successful person. Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you, sweetheart. My lovely wife, Rita Joy, thank you for reading this. Y'all, show Rita Joy some love. She's showing her heart, because only the heart can talk to the heart. Show her how much you love and appreciate her for doing that for us, this service, this great AM.
Yeah, thank you, Rita for the new year.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. I just love how we start off the day. This is something that I missed. I don't know about everyone. I can only attest for me. Can't speak for anyone but myself. However, I miss the call. I miss this energy. I know that without being held accountable to the community in my own way, that I tend to fall off. I have to admit, I gained about 5 or 7 pounds over the holidays. The digital workout that we have in our community, I love to be a part of because I simply just get up. I didn't do a big workout today, but guess what? I got back on track. So moving into the reading for today, we're on page 276 inside Think and Grow Rich. Page 276 is where we left off last. And the reading goes, symptoms of lack of persistence. Here you will find the real enemies which stand between you and noteworthy achievement. Here you will find not only the symptoms indicating weakness of persistence, but also the deeply seated subconscious causes of this weakness. Study the list carefully and face yourself squarely if you really wish to know who you are and what you are capable of doing, in all caps. If you really wish to know who you are and what you are capable of doing. These are the weaknesses which must be mastered by all who accumulate riches. And again, I just love this reading because it just shows us so many people can't even really look into the mirror of who they really are. They said That is the deepest journey, the most profound journey is the one within, self-mastery. These are the weaknesses which one must master by all who accumulate riches. 1, failure to recognize and to clearly define exactly what one wants. I ask my son all the time, what do you want, son, out of life? If you don't decide what you want, you're going to be like a leaf in the wind. 2, procrastination. With or without cause, usually backed up with a formidable array of alibis and excuses. 3, lack of interest in acquiring specialized knowledge. 4, indecision, the habit of passing the buck on all occasions instead of facing issues squarely, also backed by alibis. Once we take responsibility of everything 100%, we can change everything 100%. Number 5, the habit of relying on alibis instead of creating definite plans for the solution of problems. 6, self-satisfaction. There is but little remedy for this affliction and no hope for those who suffer from it. 7, indifference, usually reflected in one's readiness to compromise on all occasions rather than meet opposition and fight it. 8, the habit of blaming others for one's mistake and accepting unfavorable circumstances as being unavoidable. 9, weakness of desire due to neglect in the choices of motives that impel action. 10, willingness, even eagerness to quit at the first sign of defeat based upon one or more of the 6 basic fears. 11, lack of organized plans placed in writing where they may be analyzed. 12, the habit of neglecting to move on ideas or to grasp opportunity when it presents itself. And I like that because sometimes I get these messages at 2 in the morning. It's like, this is a great song. This is a great idea. Write it down while you have it. Like, oh, maybe I'll just remember it when I wake up. It ain't happening. Get up, son. Get up, Christian. Write it down. You can't pick when the information comes. You just got to be ready to get it when it does. 13, wishing instead of willing. 14, the habit of compromising with poverty instead of aiming at riches. General absence of ambition to be, to do, and to own. 15, searching for all the shortcuts to riches, trying to get without giving, a fair equivalent, usually reflected in the habit of gambling, endeavoring to drive sharp bargains. 16, fear of criticism, failure to create plans and to put them into action because of what other people think or will think, do or say. This enemy belongs at the head of the list because it generally exists in one's subconscious mind where its presence is not recognized. See the 6 basic fears in a later chapter. Let us examine some of the symptoms of the fear of criticism. The majority of people permit relatives, friends, and the public at large to so influence them that they cannot live their own lives because they fear criticism. Huge numbers of people make mistakes in marriage, stand by the bargain, and go through life miserable and unhappy because they fear criticism which may follow if they correct the mistake. Anyone who has submitted to this form of fear knows the irreparable damage it does by destroying ambition, self-reliance, and the desire to achieve. Millions of people neglect to acquire belated education after having left school because they fear criticism. Countless numbers of men and women, both young and old, permit relatives to wreck their lives in the name of duty because they fear criticism. Duty does not require any person to submit to the destruction of personal ambitions and the right to live life in his or her own way. People refuse to take chances in business because they fear the criticism which may follow if they fail. The fear of criticism in such cases is stronger than the desire for success. Too many people refuse to set high goals for themselves or even neglect selecting a career because they fear the criticism of relatives and friends who may say, don't aim so high. People will think you are crazy. When Andrew Carnegie suggested that I devoted 20 years to the organization of a philosophy of individual achievement, my first impulse of thought was fear of what people might say. The suggestion set up a goal for me, far out of proportion to any I had ever conceived. As quick as a flash, my mind began to create alibis and excuses, all of them traceable to the inherent fear of criticism. Something inside me said, you can't do it. The job is too big and requires too much time. What will your relatives think of you? How will you earn a living? No one has ever organized a philosophy of success. What right have you to believe you can do it? Who are you anyway to aim so high? Remember your humble birth. What do you know about philosophy? People will think you're crazy, and they did. Why hasn't some other person done this before now? These and many other questions flashed into my mind and demanded attention. It seemed as if the whole world had suddenly turned its attention to me with the purpose of ridiculing me into giving up all desire to carry out Mr. Carnegie's suggestion. I had a fine opportunity then and there to kill off that ambition before it gained control of me. Later in life, after having analyzed thousands of people, I discovered that the most ideas are still born and need to breathe and need the breath of life injected into them through definite plans of immediate action. The time to nurse an idea is at the time of its birth. Every minute it lives gives it a better chance of surviving. The fear of criticism is at the bottom of the destruction of most ideas, which never reach the planning and action stage. Many people believe that material success is a result of favorable breaks. There's an element of ground for that belief, but those depending entirely upon luck are nearly always disappointed because they overlook another important factor which must be present before one can be sure of success. It is the knowledge which favorable breaks can be made to order. Wow, this is great. I didn't even want to stop reading, but I know we're at the bottom of the hour, a little bit after. We're going to pick up tomorrow on page 281. Lock that in. We're going to have, man, this is just a great reading. It falls right into what we were talking about. And the fear of criticism. I was thinking about that today. I said, I really am ready to reach out to my tribe more and people more on video. And I think about, first thing pops up is what are people going to think when I do video? You know what? It doesn't matter. Because what I have to offer, if it just touches one person, or if it helps my child or my son or someone I love, it's worth it. And these platforms, as long as people are respectful, I invite criticism. I want to get better. If I say something that it can be honed or said differently or something that's not as factual as I thought, I want to learn. I want to grow. So I welcome this as long as it's respectful. So star 6, anybody who's ready to come out, let's continue this mastermind going. This has just been beautiful. I love the writing of Napoleon Hill. And if this is the first time coming out, please just say hi, hello, we love you. Start the new year off like the gentleman who started the call off. He said, I told you I'm going to do this for the rest of the year. Come on out. We want to hear from you because this call makes a difference. Star 6, we love you. Come on out.
Morning.
Hey, morning.